Mission takes the team from New England to Norfolk, Virginia, where the Old Dominion Monarchs are looking to three-peat at the top of the Colonial Athletic Association. Led by last year's CAA Defensive Player of the Year, ODU sports threats from the three-point line and big-time rebounders on the glass. The Monarchs have dreams of dancing again in March. Vermont is determined to stop the music. And on the night before the nation sits down to Turkey, we'll see which team can stand up to the challenge. It's the Vermont Catamounts and the Old Dominion Monarchs. ODU basketball is right now.
Live from the Ted Constant Convocation Center in Norfolk, Virginia, this is Old Dominion University men's basketball. Tonight, the 3-2 Monarchs take on the University of Vermont Catamounts, who come in with a record of 2-2. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm Ted Alexander, along with former All-CAA player and first-round NBA draft pick Cal Bowdler. On the eve of Thanksgiving, Cal, we've got a nice basketball feast this evening.
It's going to be a great game. Both teams coming off impressive seasons last year. The Catamounts had 23 wins and an NIT appearance. Old Dominion have 27 wins and an NCAA appearance. So both teams looking to move forward with another season.
Catamounts won the America East regular season title and slipped up in their postseason tournament. Monarchs didn't win the regular season, but won the CAA tournament. That's how they got to the NCAAs. When you talk about Old Dominion basketball, and this year, you talk about returning redshirt senior Kent Bazemore. He can do it all, Cal.
Kent Bazemore, comfortable with the ball in his hands, can play multiple positions and shoots the ball from three. Fantastic in transition, an explosive athlete, looks to get other guys involved. Again, so comfortable with the ball in his hands and can do it from everywhere on the floor. But a typical Blaine Taylor team is the anchor inside, and this year it's the big fella Chris Cooper, averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds a game thus far.
He's the reigning CAA Player of the Week. When we talk about the Catamounts of the University of Vermont, we're talking about a new face that's helping them get to new places. It's the freshman For McGlynn.
For McGlynn is a surprise for this Coach Becker team, averaging 13 points a game as a freshman, leading this team off the bench, and his ability to shoot the long ball opens up drives like you just saw right there, averaging 45% from three and 48% from the field. The young fella off the bench.
45% from three, something we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Is there a chance that after playing Kentucky, second-ranked team in the country, tough on Sunday, the Monarchs might have a letdown here at home tonight?
Well, you have to be very careful. Kentucky's such a talented team on the floor. Will just roll that ball out and play. This Vermont team is very calculated, very patient on offense and defense, a very different team. Monarchs are going to have to be very careful.
Old Dominion and Vermont, we've got this basketball game in the oven. We're going to pull it out and dig in. That's coming up from Norfolk in a moment.
So for most two-cycle engines, you set the switch to on, set the choke, prime it, then you pull the cord.
Cool, thanks. Okay, sir, I got it all figured out. You gotta switch it to on, pull the choke. What?
When you're ready for outdoor power equipment, assembled, sold, and serviced by real experts, you're ready for a Steel.
Hey, Doug, what's with the security guard?
Oh, him? He keeps intruders out of my server dojo, just like Security Suite from Cox keeps intruders out of your data.
What do you mean?
Well, let's just say you're a hacker and you are a virus. And this is the network. Go ahead, try and get in.
Oh, no. Hi, Doug. Who's that?
Her? She's a friend request. Accepted.
More features to protect your data. Cox Business Internet.
This presentation of Old Dominion basketball is brought to you by Team Monarch Partners. Pepsi, refresh everything. The Virginia Lottery, with over $4 billion to Virginia public schools since 1999. And Cox Communications. Cox, your friend in the digital age.
A pre-Thanksgiving feast of basketball set to begin as Old Dominion and the starting lineups just introduced. taking on Vermont. Cal, this promises to be a pretty darn good basketball game if you look at the stats for both teams.
Well, they match up very well. Vermont pretty big inside, and they like to play physical and a well-coached ball club.
Well coached. They've got a brand new coach. His name is John Becker. In his first season, you had a chance to chat with him, and he's excited about this club.
He is excited. He feels like this Monarch team is the best team they've faced so far, and he wants to roll this ball out. He feels like they match up well.
Again, they defeated Marist and lost to Long Island University up at Mohegan Sun, while the Monarchs were defeating South Florida in overtime and then falling to second-ranked Kentucky. Keys to the game tonight, do you think, Cal? What do you think?
Well, I think the keys for the Monarchs are they've got to play their game. They've got to find a way to get Chris Cooper established early and down inside.
Blaine Taylor still trying to find the correct mix. Got Nick Wright back before the trip to Mohegan Sun. Wright, an instant contribution. The winningest coach in Old Dominion history has to like having that in his arsenal now, Nick Wright.
Absolutely. Helps tremendously to have that young man back. Gives him a little bit of depth and his hustle and ability to take charges and do all the little things off the bench.
Ben Krenka will jump for Vermont. Catamounts in the gold and green uniforms moving from right to left toward the world's largest naval base. Monarchs in the white with the slate blue and light blue trim. Cooper controls the tap to Delancey. We're underway, and wherever you may be on this Thanksgiving Eve, we're glad to have you along. Here's Nick Wright taking it to the hole for two.
Nick Wright showing his presence right away with a little up and under. 1-2 dribbles and strong to the hoop.
Catamounts come in averaging 70 points a game. See what they can do with Brendan Bald. Swings it to Carissimo. This is Volkel. Back to Carissimo. He's their point guard, taking the baseline against Delancey. Monarchs in a man-to-man to start. Brian Volkel, under 6.5 a game. Down low, and before the shot, we've got a foul against the Monarchs.
And you mentioned Volkel out top that time with the ball, with a little backdoor pass. Nice little backdoor pass right there in the replay from Volkel. And Coach Becker very high on that young man. He was Rookie of the Year last year.
Non-shooting foul, but there's a shot that ties the game at 2-2 off the inbounds play. Matt Glass gets the Catamounts on the board. This is Iliadis and Bazemore. Now Wright, the active one on the low block. First shot off glass for Delancey, doesn't fall, and Volkel has the rebound for Vermont. Krenka way out. He's 6'10". It's Carissimo. And Volkel. Brendan Bald's a 6'5" junior. Volkel against Bazemore, and he travels. Bazemore, the threat of the steal has to be so imposing, and you can tell right there, they heard footsteps a little bit right in front of him.
Well, Bazemore's got those long arms, and such quick feet, quick hands. Always moving all the time, that time forcing the turnover.
Bazemore brings it into the front court this time for Old Dominion. A 2-2 basketball game. Just underway here in Norfolk. Bazemore now to Cooper. Had a big game against Kentucky with shots like that. That one doesn't fall, though, and Volkel has another rebound. Brings it across himself. Sandro Carissimo, the 6'2", 170-pound sophomore. Nice passing down low. Krenka gets it up and in for his first deuce.
Talk about the patience and well-coached Vermont team. Nice passing, swing the basketball, get it into the teeth, and interior passing, a nice strong move down inside by Vermont.
They're 2-2 this year, the Catamounts, and they haven't played a home game yet. Here's Delancey for three, and that one's no good. Cooper, the board, though, on the block. Into the lane, lefty, yes.
Getting physical down there, getting the offensive rebound and the little lefty jump hook putback.
One thing to keep in mind is foul trouble for the Catamounts, especially amongst their bigs. Here's a three attempted off the back of the iron, no good from Bald. And we've got a foul on the rebound.
Foul is charged to Vermont's number 34, Matt Glass.
Matt Glass picks up his first. And again, the depth of the bigs might be a factor as we move along tonight.
It might be a factor. And talking to Coach John Becker before the game, he tries to play about 10 guys, especially early on in the game, and see who's going to play well, and then whittle that down to about 7-8 guys by the end of the game.
Iliadis now to Bazemore, elbow jump shot swishes.
Bazemore gets down to that honey spot, 12 to 17 feet.
Monarchs by 2 with Carissimo into the left corner. for help down low. Luke Apfeld into the ball game, setting a pick now for Carissimo, and then rolling to the hole. Carissimo down the right lane. Floater's good, and he's fouled. But they say no offensive foul on Carissimo.
Nice job, Nick Wright down there. So good at taking charges, sacrificing his body. Carissimo turns the corner on Delancey. Nick Wright right there.
Probably his 5th or 6th charge he's taken since he's come back.
Great job coming in and sparking this team. Been a different team since he's been back.
Adds energy, offensive glass work, and defensive efforts like the one you just saw.
Absolutely.
Now Iliadis against 4 McGlynn, who's into the ball game. Now Bazemore from the left elbow. That one's off the rim, no good. Carissimo has the carom for the Catamounts. This is balled to 4 McGlynn. Now balled again. Whistle down low. Looks like they're going to call that one, I believe, on Cooper. That'll be his first. Always something to keep an eye on, Cal. Fouls on Cooper and the big guys for Old Dominion. Really, any basketball team, you don't want to get your bigs in foul trouble.
Well, foul trouble is going to be an issue on both sides because once you have to go deep into your bench on the inside, a little bit slim on both teams.
Carissimo. This is McGlynn. 45% three-point shooter. He's got Bazemore on him, takes it into the paint, and loses it thanks to Bazemore and Iliadis. Trian to Kent. Kent's ahead of the field, and that's a block called on Luke Apfeld, his first. Defense to offense, oh so quick for Old Dominion, and Bazemore got things started and tried to finish. He'll go to the line. 15:57 to go in our first half here in Norfolk. Old Dominion leads Vermont 6-4, and we're back to Norfolk in a moment.
Enterprises, the general contractor you can trust every step of the way. Proudly support ODU Monarch Athletics.
Big Blue is the defending national mascot of the year, and he needs your help if he's going to defend his championship. Here's how you can help. You can vote for Blue. Text the word BLUE to the number 78527 or go to CapitalOneBowl.com. We know that Blue's up against Beavers, Tigers, Ducks, Dogs, and Frogs, but remember, nobody beats Big Blue. Nobody. Back here at the Ted Constant Convocation Center, first segment, Old Dominion a 6-4 advantage. Cal, your thoughts?
Well, pretty evenly matched so far. Vermont been able to get a little bit of penetration against the Monarch defense, and Monarch's been able to pretty much find their way as well. It's not a barn burner out here. Both teams been pretty calm and patient on offense, working the ball around, not pushing it.
3 turnovers in the first 4 minutes forced by Old Dominion, and Bazemore hits the first foul shot. The second one gives him 4 points for the evening, and it's an 8-4 Old Dominion advantage, their largest in the early going here. Full court pressure now with Delancey hounding Carissimo. Breaks it without too much difficulty. Uses the Apfeld pick. And this is Patrick for McGlynn. He's the 4th. Patrick McGlynn the 4th, so he goes with 4, and he wears number 4.
And he's a great shooter at the 3.
Not sure how good at golf he is, but here he is going baseline. Right-hand side. That three-pointer's no good, and there's Cooper soaring for the Matt Glass miss.
Well, the Monarchs definitely the superior athletic team.
Iliadis, here's a three. It's way off. Vogel comes down with a board.
That's what you call a glass cracker right there. Iliadis going to have to try to find the mark.
There he turns defender, makes the steal. 1-on-2, now 2-on-2. He backs it up, fakes the pass, goes to Nick Wright, shuffles the feet. That's a travel.
Well, Trian Iliadis makes up for the horrible shot attempt and gets the steal, but then Nick Wright gives it right back with the turnover.
Brendan Bald back into the ball game. And here's a look at that Iliadis theft at midcourt.
Nice job, Trian Iliadis, getting in the passing lane, getting the steal, but Nick Wright, unfortunately, gave it right back.
Motor running a little fast for the Suffolk, Virginia native. Down low, off Vermont and out of bounds. Well, they say it's catamount basketball. They say Vogel didn't get a piece of it. Dimitri Batten into the ball game for the first time. Freshman out of Newport News. Inbounds pass. Comes to Glass, working against Wright. And the shot rejected by Cooper. 2-on-1, Delancey, Iliadis, Trian.
Great fast break. Started by a block shot by Cooper. Ignited Delancey with the super hyper jets. Delancey with the finish.
And defense turning to offense, and there's a foul on Cooper. That'll be his second. Let's take a look at this defense turning to offense for Old Dominion. The Monarchs love the transition defense to offense. Glass thinks he's got some room in the paint. Cooper says no, and we go the other way, Cal.
Glass trying to go to work down there on Nick Wright, but Cooper sends it out of there. And before you know it, Delancey's gone the other way, and Iliadis gets the finish.
10-4 Old Dominion. A late nothing run for the Monarchs. And here's McGlynn all the way. Runner with the right hand, no good. Putback, no good. Tapped up and in by Apfeld. Luke Apfeld, a 6'7" sophomore from Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
This is a team that a year ago led the America East in rebounding margin. This is not a small team. 5'6" guys, 6'7" or bigger.
Delancey to the hole, but misses the layup. Wide open space for Markell, and he couldn't finish it.
You got some very capable guys.
Also, Cal, the fact that they played every one of their games on the road, they finally get back to Burlington on Saturday, but they've got to be a little bit hardened. They aren't going to get rattled by a crowd here, there, anywhere.
And they've got 10 returning players, so guys are stepping into new roles, but they've got some returnees.
Batten to steal ahead of the field. Stuff that he misses. Bazemore the rebound. The fadeaway isn't going to go. Oh, Dimitri had an opportunity, and it's taken away by Vogel.
That beautiful steal that blows the dunk. Sometimes you just got to lay it in.
Into the corner, going up but not leaving the ground. His ball, the sweeper, is no good. So the Catamounts can't buy one. It's 10-6 Old Dominion. Monarchs having trouble finishing after the steals.
And Vermont may be struggling a little bit with this athleticism and size of the Monarchs down inside.
This is Batten into the corner, Bazemore. Jason Pimentel into the ball game for Old Dominion. Nick Wright thinks about the three and then thinks better of it and gets it to Pimentel. That jump hook is good for the freshman from Ocala, Florida.
Nice simple basketball, swing it down inside. Jason Pimentel, nice easy move, baseline jump hook.
McGlynn, the man with the basketball. Their leading scorer at just under 14 a game. Apfeld goes down low for Krenka. Krenka amongst the trees gets the roller. His second field goal, he's got 4, and it's 12-8.
That's where the freshman Jason Pimentel struggled. Got pinned deep down in the paint. Easy deuce for Vermont.
And when you're learning the college game, it's not only learning how to do your moves at the offensive end, you got to learn how to play D.
You got to play D too. That time Ben Krenka gets deep position on Pimentel with the easy deuce.
Batten for 3. That one's good.
3-point field goal, Dimitri Batten.
Batten makes up for that missed dunk. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Monarchs by 7, their largest first half advantage at the 12-15 mark. McGlynn working against Delancey on the left-hand wing. Vogel, Bald looking for Apfeld. Krenk is trying for position, and this one's way off. Delancey, the good defense on McGlynn. Instead of calling 4 on that one, it's a mulligan. Bazemore answers in the Monarch end.
on the 4 McGlynn air ball turned into a Kent Bazemore three-pointer.
And John Becker calls a 30-second timeout as his team has fallen behind 10 here at the Constant Center, 18-8. And again, it's the inability to cash in and the Monarchs turning transition.
Well, it's its size and athleticism is playing a big factor right now against Vermont, struggling. A bad air ball leads to the beautifully shot and made one pass by Delancey to Kent Bazemore, who takes one dribble and steps in and just knocks down the transition three.
Kent Bazemore averaging 11.5 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, over 3 steals as well, and he's off to a 7-point start. He's got 7 of the Monarchs' first 18. Leading the way, it's Ben Krenka for Vermont. He's got a couple of field goals for 4. Of course, Bazemore made headlines last year as a defensive player. Not only the CAA Defensive Player of the Year, but also a National Defensive Player of the Year. Apfeld now, as the Catamounts are trying to find something that works offensively. Turismo to the foul line. That's not going to work against Breon Key, who's checked into the ball game. Again, almost traveling, but taking it to the hole is Bald. Batten battles for the rebound, and Apfeld knocks it out. 11:29 to play in our first half here at the Ted Constant Convocation Center. Old Dominion 18, Vermont 8. Welcome back to Norfolk, everybody. The Optima Health Challenge is a year-long competition between Old Dominion and the College of William & Mary. Here's how it works. Whenever these rivals meet, no matter what the sport, the winner gets 10 points. We're going to keep a tally throughout the entire 2011-2012 school year. Whichever school has the most points at the end of the year will be crowned the Optima Health Challenge champion. Current score, Old Dominion 40, William & Mary 20. Optima Health providing quality health plans for Virginians. Passive pressure from the Catamounts out of the timeouts as they trail 18-8. First double-digit deficit for our friends from New England. Bazemore, Key, Batten, Pimentel, and Anton Larson, the Great Dane from Copenhagen in the lineup. This is Pimentel, the freshman. Bazemore, the quickness, gets it to the Great Dane. His jump shot a little long. Pimentel battles for the board, but so does Volkel. Comes away with it for Vermont.
Volkel, a big rebounder, led the America East in rebounding as a freshman last season. But
Apfeld down low. Oh, Bazemore. Pickpocket. And then the offensive possession. Key. Quick hands and the length of Bazemore. Oh, so difficult to get passes through on.
So quick, got to be crisp, got to know where he is at all times.
Batten hit his last three. That one rims the bucket, no good. Apfeld gives the Catamounts another opportunity. Volkel down the left-hand side. Gets the roll and the foul from Anton Larson. Anton arrived a little late on that one.
And talking to Coach Becker before the game, he was hoping that he could get Brian Volkel to shoot more. He looks at him as his best player on this team. Leading rebounder, leading assist guy, but only averages about 6 points a game. Can't get him to shoot. Nice and one attempt right there. Going strong in Anton Larson.
He's a 63% foul shooter, and he gets the three-point play there to bring the Catamounts to within 7 and back to the full court pressure. It's to Larson. Larson to Key. Monarchs are in the front court. Nice crowd here at the Constant Center on the night before Thanksgiving. We're glad to have you along as well, enjoying Monarchs and Catamounts. A little non-conference basketball action, CAA versus America East. Bazemore barks out instructions, crosses over, gets to his spot, shoots, and is fouled by Vokel. It's his first.
Bazemore so effortless and so calm, getting to the spot. Nice, easy, simple crossover, going away from the pick and roll. One dribble, pull up, force the foul. Otherwise, it's going to be a little easy 12-footer off the glass.
Bazemore's first foul shot comes up a little bit short. Wholesale subs for Blaine Taylor, Nick Wright, Markel Delancey into the game. Out go Anton Larson, Breon Key, and Dimitri Batten. They brought Trian Iliadis in as well. One more for Bazemore. That one's good. He's got 8 points, and it's 19-11 Old Dominion midway through the first half. Carissimo, Glass, hands to Bald now. Monarchs for that man-to-man. Carissimo has the height advantage on Delancey. Markel the quicks. This is Vokel down low, throws it away. Again, the active hands down low make pinpoint passing a prerequisite, and they didn't do it there.
And that's a bad pass from the top, almost an impossible angle to make that pass entry from the top of the key. Turnovers right now, Vermont 7, Old Dominion 1. It's been a very great defensive effort by Old Dominion right now.
Wright fakes the three, takes it to the hole, dishes off to Cooper, and Cooper lays it off the rim, no good. Vokel now, how many boards does he have? Backdoor cut from Carissimo, reverse layup, no good. They're battling underneath, but Pat Bergman can't get it to go, and the Monarchs are moving into the front court. Cooper on the blocks, back to Bazemore, a right wing three, that's no good. Bergman the rebound. Under 9 to play in the first.
Both teams stagnating a bit on offense.
Vermont having trouble getting the ball down low. Vokel to a cutting ball, left lead layup, rejected by Nick Wright. Comes to Glass. Here's Bald with a three-point attempt, no good. Vokel the rebound. Bergman in the lane, lefty, no, way off. Cooper the board finally. Had some good looks, did the Catamounts, but they couldn't cash in.
Vokel all over the glass on both ends of the floor. Somebody's got to get a body on him.
Delancey taking Carissimo to the hole, off glass, no good. Tipped up, no good by Cooper. Both teams hitting the pause button on the offensive surges here. We've got a whistle down low. That's going to go against Vermont.
Monarchs have been...
Matthew Glass going to pick up his second.
Monarchs have done a great job all half defensively. But now Vermont's starting to pick up the intensity a little bit, and Old Dominion stagnating offensively. So turning into a defensive battle here with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Josh Elbaum into the basketball game, picking up Markel Delancey. John Becker in his first year with the Catamounts, trying to find a combination that works on this night. Here's Anton Larson, jump hook with the right hand, had the position but couldn't get it to fall. Carissimo is working against Shaquan Rogers, the walk-on from Lake Taylor. Krenka, Elbaum, and Carissimo. And they're going to call Larson with his second personal foul.
Monarch foul charge number 40.
7:34 to play in our first half here at the TED. Old Dominion 19, UVM 11. 7:34 to play in the first. Old Dominion leads Vermont 19-11. Cal, mainly on the strength of their defense. They've been really working hard at the defensive end.
Their defense is getting it done, and everybody getting in on the action. Trian Iliadis getting his hand in the passing lane, getting a steal. And right there, Dimitri Batten getting a steal in almost the same spot. And the Defensive Player of the Year, both in the CAA and nationally, getting his hand in the honey pot and getting a steal. So Monarchs doing it on D.
Coach Taylor loves that. Now they'll be playing some more defense. Again, 7:34 to play in our first half. O'Kell inbounds the ball to Apfeld. He goes to Krenka. Larson slaps at it. Look out, Anton, you've already got 2 fouls. Elbaum to McGlynn. His shot swatted by Nick Wright. Iliadis with O'Kell battling him. Layup for Trian is good.
Nick Wright with the block shot, leading to more transition points for the Monarchs. That time Trian Iliadis again with 2 more.
4th block for the Monarchs here in the first half. O'Kell to Apfeld. Again, the passes to the post are oh so difficult to come by for the visitors from Burlington. Here's Krenka working. Nice pass to Apfeld. Waits for Nick Wright, lays it in, gets fouled. That's a nice play from Luke Apfeld.
Again, patient and calm. Got it down to the big fella, Krenka. Drew an extra defender. Nick Wright came over and helped. And Krenka made a little bounce pass down inside. And Apfeld going to the line for the and one attempt.
Apfeld averages just over 9 points a game. She's an 81% free throw man. A New Hampshire native. That one swishes. He's got 5. And the lead is 21-14. Monarchs haven't had a lot of trouble with the Vermont pressure. Sometimes pressure builds up on you. There's a bad pass from Pimentel. Vermont looking to slice into this lead even more. Apfeld on the baseline. Elbaum goes downstairs. Ball to Krenka. Nice pass to Apfeld. Layup good again.
Krenka got great touch and nice vision for a big fella, 6'10". Krenka again with the interior passing, and Apfeld, the recipient, going strong to the hoop for the Dukes.
Apfeld off the bench to lead his team with 7 points. Here's Iliadis. Trian to Nick Wright. Reverse layup good. Nice look.
Basket by Nick Wright.
That time a little interior passing for the Monarchs.
Elbaum, reverse layup, floats, no good. Krenka the rebound, and as he's going for the tip, he went up and over Nick Wright to pick up the personal.
The Vermont starts number 42, Ben Krenka. That's his
first personal on Krenka.
Team 6. Kent Bazemore back into the Monarch lineup.
One more foul, or on the next foul, the team will be in the bonus, either club. Breon Key now, the freshman out of Phoebus High School in Hampton. Brings it across against Elbaum. Bazemore thinking about Nick Wright on the low block. Wright up and over. Line drive shot. Banks off the rim. O'Kell spins in the paint. Off the glass, no. Bazemore the easy board for Old Dominion. The Monarchs are running 4-on-3 if they hustle. We'll pull up 3. No good. And we go the other way.
Left Bazemore all alone. Decided to shoot it.
Had a good look at it. Just didn't fall. He leads the Monarchs with 8. 10-point lead's been whittled to 7, with Apfeld doing most of the damage. And there he is, coming up short with a little push shot with the right hand.
We talked about this Vermont team not cracking. And, we look at the defensive struggle we've got. Vermont shooting 30% from the field and Old Dominion shooting 35%. 8 turnovers for Vermont, only 2 for Old Dominion. So
here's Pimentel's turning, jumping, and missing, but the offside rebound comes to Nick Wright. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called, a 30-second timeout called by Blaine Taylor, who isn't pleased with the way his offense is running. Has to love the defense, Cal. As the numbers just showed us, though, not much going on at either end when it comes to offensive percentage.
Well, you have to be happy defensively when you hold a team to 30% from the field and you forced 8 turnovers. However, Monarchs only shooting 35% themselves. Started out pretty good, but have stagnated over the last 5 or 6 minutes or so. So got to find a way to get going offensively. But we talked about early on about this Vermont team not cracking, and they've been patient and worked the ball around and stay within their offense. And they're right there knocking at the door with only being down 6-7 points.
Well, they came in shooting 49% from the field and 40% from beyond the arc. They're taking a bagel from three-point range, and they're shooting 30% from everywhere. That, you have to think, if you're a Vermont fan, is going to rise.
Absolutely, and you can credit the Monarch defense and their athleticism, their ability to get to spots and get to shooters. However, this is a Vermont team that's very patient on offense and can knock the shots down, so they are going to make shots at some point.
Bazemore, Batten, Pimentel, Iliadis, and Larson for Blaine Taylor. This is Trian, now to Dimitri. Batten gets it back to Bazemore, takes it to the hole, little 8-footer off glass, no good. Rebound, Larson, the putback, no. Larson, a fan favorite here in Norfolk, couldn't get that one to fall. O'Kell at the other end. Finds his way to Clancy Rugg. Back to O'Kell. Under 4 minutes to play in our first half. This is Elbaum. Josh Elbaum, left-hand side, ball for three, that's no good. They continue to take the bagel. And look at that alley-oop scoop. What do you call that, Cal? They're going to count it.
Well, Vokel gets the offensive rebound and gets tied up down low by Dimitri Batten, but the strength of Vokel is able to throw up the little hoopty-doopty, scoopty, and it goes and one.
3:49 until halftime. Monarchs by 8 here in Norfolk.
Come over here. You got the deep fryers, your grill. You're gonna take this and scrape off all the dripping. Follow me. And the grease goes in here. All of it? Not all of it.
Get deep flavor without the deep fryer. The new Subway Oven Crisp Chicken. Always baked, never fried. It's a taste breakthrough and part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal.
When we opened our doors over a decade ago, our goals were simple: to provide superior customer service while taking the fear out of the mortgage process.
I love working with first-time home buyers. I like seeing them go from nervous and anxious to happy and excited.
We love being part of this community.
And today, our goals remain the same. Give us a call. Let us help.
Tidewater Home Funding, your hometown mortgage lender.
Hey, it's Nick and Tricia from the Z Morning Zoo. You know, every morning you hear us tease each other and make fun of each other, but it's all just for play.
Right, but in real life and in schools and on the playground, sometimes teasing goes too far and then it turns into bullying.
If someone's hurt or embarrassed by what you say, then it's not funny anymore. It's bullying behavior.
Why don't you visit a Cox Solutions store today and you can pick up these Stop the Bullying wristbands and a list of tips and solutions on how to cope.
You can take charge and help stop the bullying.
Old Dominion leads Vermont 23-18, but Cal Badler, the Catamounts, have been whittling away at that 10-point advantage, and thanks to circus plays like this one here from Mr. Vokel.
Well, the Monarchs got to find a way to keep him off the glass. The leading rebounder in the America East last season, Vokel, gets the offensive rebound, tied up by Batten, throws up the circus shot, and one.
Going Globetrotters for
Globetrotters would be proud of that one.
And he gets one more out of it after the Dimitri Batten foul.
And Vokel's already got 9 rebounds. And on that made basket gives him 5 points.
Doesn't get the roll, but the offensive board. And here's Carissimo hitting Zippo. Offensive board, though, again. Clancy Rudd comes in for his first bucket. Nobody's boxing out for Old Dominion, and Vermont's taking advantage. They're within 3.
Blaine Taylor cannot be happy. Monarchs getting murdered on the glass.
Monarchs, known as a rebounding club, led the nation in defense in rebounding differential a year ago. Not the case tonight. Here's Pimentel. Back out to Batten. Now Bazemore will see if he can set things. With 10 to shoot. Nick Wright fakes the baseline jumper, takes it to the hole, puts it up. No, but he's fouled.
Nice job, Nick Wright. Little show and go, about 17 feet, puts it on the deck. rises up, takes the hit, going to the line for 2 shots.
Clancy Rugg picks up the personal foul. He's a sophomore, 6'8" from Burlington. Scored the last Vermont bucket. Now it's Nick Wright to the line. He's got 4 points thus far this evening. Make that 5. Nick Wright, as we talked about in the open count, really made a difference for the Monarchs up there at the Mohegan Sun.
It gives them a huge amount of depth added to this lineup, because without him, there was Pimentel, there was Chris Cooper, and there was no real post player coming off the bench or otherwise. Bazemore was forced to play power forward. They had all kinds of lineups.
He makes good on 1 of 2 foul shots. The lead is 4 as we hit the 3-minute mark. Burismo thinks about it again from 3. Hits Zippo with his last one. This is Bald. Burismo now. Tough to get that shot off over the 6'5" long Kent Bazemore. 10 to shoot. Bald travels. 3 times he's gone up for that fake shot, and first 2 he kept the right foot on the ground. That time that catamount crawled a little bit.
Well, it's daunting when you've got Bazemore 6'5" and long arms right in front of you. Bazemore doesn't get credit for a steal there, but that's the 3rd time he's forced to travel and getting a turnover.
Clancy Rugg applying some backcourt pressure, but the Monarchs break it. Iliadis, bad pass from Nick Wright. Sort of a hospital pass. He knew he'd get your guy in trouble. Burismo to Bald now. Rugg fakes the 3. Into the corner they go, and baseline goes Burismo, looking for help. Hopes Bald can provide it. Back to Sandro. Good defense from Old Dominion, preventing that quick attempt. This is for McGlynn. Scoreless in the first half. He's the leading point maker for John Becker's Catamounts. This is Bald. Here's a 3, and that one's no good. Burismo, another board, takes it to the hole uncontested.
Rebounds killing the Monarchs right now. And that play almost designed to get McGlynn a wide open look. Very patient, got him the shot, missed it. Burismo right there to clean it up.
Offensive rebounds led by the Catamounts. That's what's helping them get back into this ball game after at one point trailing by 10.
As you said earlier, Blaine Taylor's staple is rebounding, but so is Coach John Becker's Vermont team staple. Again, they led the America East in rebounding margin last year.
They averaged 32 a game. The Monarchs averaged 34 a game. Bazemore to the line now. First one's good. Baze has 9 points this evening. He'll get another, and it's a 3-point Old Dominion advantage. Second one's good. Bazemore, the first athlete in double digits, and it's 26-22 Old Dominion with a minute 35 to play in our first half. Bald with Batten on it. Down low, a battle. They're going to call that foul on Pat Bergman. You can see why they want to get the ball to him. He shoots 72% from the field, Bergman does, averaging 5.5 points a game. Blaine Taylor barking out instructions against this full court pressure. Delancey and Iliadis in the backcourt. They try and double team Markel. And the Aussie moves it into the front court. Bazemore to the paint, floater, good.
Monarchs easily break it when you have Bazemore at the end to finish for you. That's not a bad trophy finish.
Burismo. Basically their strategy should be just throw it up and go get it. Here's Batten with some tough defense on Bald, who takes it to the hole, kicks it outside. Will it be the first 3 of the night for McGlynn? No. But another offensive rebound. Underneath, layup good. Pat Bergman, his first deuce.
Basket by Pat Bergman.
Bergman not worried about Nick Wright at all down there. Nice little soft touch up and over his outstretched arm.
Check that, it's the second field goal for Bergman. Under a minute to go. Bazemore, double pumper, no. He's there for the flush.
Nick Wright up and over the top. Slams with thunder. The Kent Bazemore miss.
30-24, shot clock off. Final 21 seconds. McGlynn plows into Wright. Pass tipped by Iliadis, comes to Batten. Dimitri brings it back outside. 13 in our first half, and the Monarchs will go for one last shot. Markel Delancey will trigger the offense. Kicks it back, Bazemore, three. Oh, rims the bucket, and that'll do it for our first half. A festive half. Old Dominion led Vermont by as many as 10. The Catamounts rebounded their way back into the contest, and at the half, it's a 6-point Old Dominion lead. And we're back with halftime festivities from the Ted Constant Center in just a moment.
Our halftime score, it's Old Dominion 30, and the Catamounts are down 24.
Halftime here in Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion and Vermont. You know, one of the reasons halftime here in Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion and Vermont. You know, one of the reasons the Old Dominion University men's basketball program has had so much success on the court is the work they put in off it. It's time to pump some iron with the Monarch basketball team.
Our daily motto is every day and every way we get a little better. One of the things we really embrace is the weight work. We're going to physically optimize what you're doing in terms of your movement, your strength, your whatever weight you are. And our kids work very hard in the weight room.
Come on, come on, come on, 5. Up, come on, let's go, Shaq Diesel. Come on, come on, come on, up, 7.
Well, the 185 rep max test is the bench press test used for men's basketball, and it's the 185 is the combine test at the NBA combine. So we use it as kind of our standard as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. 18. Let's go. 19. 20. Come on. Drive. 21. Again. All the way up. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, again, 19.
We're a very power-oriented weight gain kind of outfit, and we're very powerful and aggressive on the court. And you see the peer pressure, the individual want to keep up with the other guys, and then also a shared emphasis that this really helps take us where we want to go.
It's a great team camaraderie thing, and to see these guys push each other. I mean, we do a pretty good job pushing each other every day, but on days like this, it's kind of special when we all come together and we're all working for that, you know, to everybody get a PR. Not everybody gets a PR every time we do it. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into getting a PR, but the thing about it is when today we did it, about half the team got PR, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results today.
Strength built in the weight room, helping the Monarchs with their stamina and in that rebounding game. Halftime here at the Ted Constant Convocation Center in Norfolk. Back with more halftime festivities in a moment.
When we opened our doors over a decade ago, our goals were simple: to provide superior customer service while taking the fear out of the mortgage process.
We take the complexity out of the process and give you an answer quickly.
I'm honored to have helped so many military families in achieving their dream of home ownership.
And today, our goals remain the same. Give us a call. Let us help.
Tidewater Home Funding, your hometown mortgage lender.
Our solution, treating cancer, healing wounds, and preventing disease by using bioelectric technologies.
Our R&D contributes nearly $1 billion annually to the regional economy, enhancing the growth and vitality of our state and our nation.
Our solution.
Idea Fusion, Old Dominion University.
This presentation of Old Dominion basketball is brought to you by Team Monarch Partners. Pepsi, refresh everything. The Virginia Lottery, with over $4 billion to Virginia Public Schools since 1999. And Cox Communications. Cox, your friend in the digital age.
Halftime in Norfolk, Old Dominion leads Vermont 30-24. That's what is happening here at the Constant Center. Other games around the world of college basketball on this Thanksgiving Eve. Richmond leading Rutgers at halftime 30-22. Ohio State with a 57-44 advantage at the intermission over VMI. Virginia Commonwealth and Western Kentucky's Hilltoppers tip off at 8 o'clock. And Virginia Tech playing at Syracuse. Everybody plays at Syracuse. That game is a 9:30 tip. A busy weekend for Old Dominion University. Women's basketball, they're down at the Paradise Jam in the St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands. They'll take on Alabama, Louisiana Tech, and Seton Hall on consecutive days beginning tomorrow afternoon. And then Saturday, it's FCS football playoff action for the first time ever. Old Dominion's third-year football team into the playoffs. They'll take on Norfolk State. Monarchs 9-2, Norfolk State 9-2. That game at Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium Saturday at 1:30. So a weekend of excitement, Cal, begins with this game here, and it's fairly exciting. Monarchs led by as many as 10. The halftime lead is just 6.
Well, it wasn't very exciting. It was a defensive struggle, and the guys gonna have to find a way to get the ball in the basket, really both teams.
Now, if you're John Becker, head coach of the Catamounts, you're saying, hey, we were out of this game, we were in the weeds, but we managed through our offensive rebounding to get back in it.
Well, they did, and you can thank Brian Volko for that, the America East leading rebounder and rookie of the year last year, because he had 9-10 rebounds coming into the first half, and Monarchs had no answer and were not able to keep him off the glass.
We talked early on about the potential hangover effect from the big weekend up at Mohegan Sun. The Monarchs went overtime to defeat the Bulls of South Florida from the Big East 68-66, and then played wonderfully in a 62-52 loss to second-ranked Kentucky. Do you think we've seen any residue of that here in the first half this evening?
Well, it doesn't look like it. Monarchs came out very hard and played hard and really it set their will on this game. But we knew Vermont was not going to go away. They're a very well-coached team. They did not panic, and they fought back. That's exactly what we both expected and talked about that early on in the game. So I don't think the Monarchs played relaxed at all. I think this has been a struggle and a battle just like we expected.
Just like we expected. Old Dominion 3-2, Vermont 2-2. But at halftime of this one, the Monarchs lead the Catamounts 30-24. Back to the Constant Center in a moment. It is halftime. Old Dominion leads Vermont 30-24. Ted Alexander, Cal Bowdler courtside here. And when you think about this first half, let's take a look at some of the highlights, Cal, because for the early going, Monarchs were rolling.
They were rolling, and you talk about Chris Cooper inside, the big fella, the anchor for this team. Nice little jump hook, using his size and strength up over the top. Kritzik, no answer, and then Bazemore, the main man, gets in his honey spot.
Loves that shot.
The little 12-footer, can't stop him. And more Bazemore, though. He's the guy. Pulls up for the three. He's got that deep range. He's really worked on that over the course of the summer, and then Bazemore in transition. You always got to know where Kent Bazemore is, a little in and out and finish strong. But here comes the way that Vermont got back in the game was offensive rebound after offensive rebound after offensive rebound after offensive rebound. It became this segue for them to get back in this game after being down 10, 12 points, because that's how they did it. And Vogel right there was able to get them back in the game. But Nick Wright got offensive rebound of his own for the super duper.
So a 10-point lead is now 6. And here, look at some of the numbers. And what jumps out at you, Cal, is the rebounding. Monarchs again led the nation in rebounding differential a year ago. Tonight they're down 9 to Vermont.
And this is not typical of Blaine Taylor's team. Blaine Taylor is usually all over them, and I'm sure he was at halftime about getting these rebounding margins. But Monarchs forced 11 turnovers to the Catamounts, and held them to 34%. Unfortunately, the Monarchs shot 33% themselves.
And if you're a Vermont fan, you have to say 0 for 7 from behind the arc. We usually shoot 40%. That's something that John Becker and his Catamounts want to improve upon in the second half.
I think both teams coming out second half going to focus on offense and continue to try to push the defense.
And 30% shooting isn't going to get it done.
Not going to get it done either which way you shake it. So the second half is going to be very exciting.
30-24, Old Dominion leads Vermont. Will the Monarchs move on to their 4th win, or will the Catamounts finish their 5-game road trip with a victory here in Norfolk? The answer coming up.
Years of practice, dedication in and out of the classroom, stamina, persistence, sacrifice. It all leads to this moment. The road to the championship continues. Don't miss the 2012 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball first and second rounds, March 17th and 19th. For information, visit ncaa.com/tickets.
Doug, nice job. Now that we have Cox Business Internet, we have business-grade service powering us.
Yeah. Well, how about I get a business-grade raise?
No.
All right. Well, it's also got security suite. Maybe you could give me like an office suite?
No.
Okay. It also has online backup. Maybe you could give me some monkey minions to be my backup.
Monkey minions?
Yeah, get back to me on that.
More features to protect your data. Cox Business Internet.
Fans, men's basketball lower bowl seats are sold out, but a limited number of club seats are available by calling the Old Dominion Athletic Foundation. The number 683-6963. And don't forget the 2012 basketball championship for women is coming to the Ted Constant Convocation Center. That's right, first and second rounds will be right here at the Ted. You don't want to miss out on the NCAA Big Dance coming to Hampton Roads. Go to odusports.com to pick up those tickets. 30-24, Old Dominion leads Vermont. And Cal, as both teams get set to come out for this second half, what do you think Blaine Taylor's telling his Monarchs?
Rebound, 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 box out, because Vogel was all over the offensive glass. The Catamounts were all over the offensive glass.
What does it take to be a National Defensive Player of the Year? Well, Kent Bazemore has won that honor. Take a look at what he can do, and it has nothing to do with scoring points.
Kent Bazemore, 6'5", long arms, quick feet, great anticipation. That time forcing the travel. This time getting his hands down on the big fella who brings the ball down low, gets the steal, going the other way. quick hands, again, forcing the travel, being in the right place, right time.
And when you have to think about the defense, that's almost as effective as the defense itself.
Yeah, you force travels and get turnovers, but you don't get it marked in any column. But again, you get the ball back for your team.
Bazemore with 12 points, 4 rebounds. Nick Wright, 7 points, 3 blocks. Lots of activity down low. And the Monarch faithful here at the Constant Center hope that they can return to form, the form that got them a 10-point advantage in the first half. Catamounts from Burlington, Vermont will move from left to right toward downtown Norfolk in the second half, and they'll try and carve into the 6-point advantage on this Thanksgiving Eve. Carismo and Vocal, back to Carismo. Sandro Carismo working the perimeter against the Monarch zone defense to start this second half. Vocal. Carismo with 14 to shoot. Monarchs were successful with this zone up against Kentucky and South Florida. Into the corner. Here's a glass jumper that's no good. Offside rebound for Chris Cooper. And the Monarchs have their first second half possession. It's Trian Iliadis. Trian takes it down the right-hand side, thinks about the shot, and then thinks better of it as he's met by Brendan Ball, all 6'5" of him. Delancey to Bazemore now, guarded by Vocal. Trian with a catch and shoot. It's a little long. Wright the rebound. He takes it to the hole, and the reverse layup is good.
Boy, has Nick Wright been an impact to this team since he's been back, or what? Nice offensive rebound and takes it to the other side of the rim, using the rim as a little shield of protection.
He's got 9 and the lead is 8.
Kind of like right guard deodorant.
There we
go.
Shield
of protection.
Well, we know the shot didn't stink. Glass to Vocal, nice crossover move, a little out of control. Amongst the Monarchs, gets the shot stuffed by Cooper. Glass fakes the 3 and thinks better of it. 4 to shoot for Vermont. Sandro Carismo, 1 to shoot, throws it up with the right hand, no good. Shot clock violation, good defense from Old Dominion.
Well, I want to see who's going to come out and try to get something going offensively here to start. First 4 minutes of the second half, so important. Monarchs looking like it's going to be them. Nice offensive rebound and putback for Nick Wright. So far, nothing for Vermont.
You always say the first couple of minutes of the second half are oh so important. You see that Vermont's no stranger to success away from home. 22 road wins in the last 2 seasons. That's most of anybody. Anybody.
I mean, it's an impressive stat. It really is. So difficult to win on the road. And Vermont doing it more than anyone.
Granted, they play a lot more road games than some of the big boys, but still, that success away from your own gym is top-notch stuff.
Difficult to win on the road in any league.
Delancey, runner, no. Cooper taps it to himself. It's like he's at SeaWorld. And uses Vocal's noggin to get it back to Bazemore. Monarchs looking to match their largest advantage. That was 10 in the first half. Here's Cooper on the block. Nick Wright's been feeling it, but he says, Kent Bazemore, why don't you do something with it? All the way with the right hand off the glass, but tipped in by Cooper.
Monarchs definitely coming out with the pep in their step to start the second half. A couple of offensive boards, putbacks.
We got a foul. Looks like that's going to be against Cooper.
The foul is charged Old Dominion's number 20, Chris Cooper. That's
Cooper committing a foul at the defensive end, but at the offensive end, Cal, boy, he was Coop on the spot.
A little pick and roll. Nick Wright, Kent Bazemore penetrates up with the right hand, just off, but Chris Cooper right there for the tip in.
Cooper now with 3 personal fouls. Apfeld into the ball game. This is Krenka, who's been quiet at 4 points. Carissimo and Ball. Monarchs picking some pockets, but Vocal gets the shot off, and it's not going to get the rim. Krenka goes over the back to try and do the tap, and that's going to be his second personal. Again, Vermont having trouble finding the range.
And this is a team that shoots the ball very well. And we talked about it at the half. Shoots 40% from 3 as a team. Impressive number. Hasn't made one yet today.
John Becker hoping his club can turn it up a bit. They used offensive rebounding to get back in the game in the first half after trailing by 10. Now they're down 10 again. Nick Wright against Luke Apfel. Good battle here in the blocks. Jump hook from Wright is good.
Nice patient move. Nick Wright scopes out the defense. The extra defender doesn't come, so he makes one dribble, powers up for the jump hook.
Monarchs' largest lead of the night is a dozen with just over 16 to play. They come out of the gates in the second half, Cal rolling. 6 straight points. But Cal, down low, Crank is open, but he misses the layup, gets his own board and puts it in. Crank is a big fella, 6'10", 260 pounds. He's a junior from Exeter, Rhode Island, and his stick-to-itiveness there helped the Catamounts get on the board for the first time this half. Cooper back outside Delancey, fakes the 3, step back, foul line, jump shot, long. Crank at the board. Carissimo into the corner. This is balled. Sandro Carissimo from Sleepy Hollow, New York. It's a pick from Apfel. And we've got a block now called on Nick Wright, and that's going to be his second personal foul. 15:23 to play here in Norfolk. Monarchs off to a fast start since halftime. They have a 10-point advantage, 36-26. It has been another memorable year for the Old Dominion University football team. Their 9-2 record, good enough to earn an at-large bid to the FCS playoffs. Just their 3rd year. One of the key ingredients, of course, head coach Bobby Wilder. Vote for Bobby Wilder for the Liberty Mutual Coach of the Year Award. It's easy to do. Go to the website you see right there, coachoftheyear.com. He's done wonderful things with this 3rd-year program into the playoffs. Coachoftheyear.com. Vote for Bobby Wilder. 36-26, Monarchs lead the Catamounts from Vermont. UVM with the basketball. Down low, picked off though. Tough pass. The Monarchs made him pay. Larson, Iliadis, Wright, Delancey, and Bazemore. Here's Kent with a straightaway 3. Glass with the board. 8-2 Monarchs, the last 5:35. Get themselves this 10-point advantage. Down low, burrowing down underneath, and here's a glass 3. That's the first time they've hit from deep tonight.
Sugar sweet as it goes through the net, but like you said, that's the first one for a team that shoots 40%. You may see a few more fall. That could be the one that ignites this team.
And the thing is, threes can take care of a lot of flaws. And there have been some flawed offensive possessions for both teams. And that 3, as you said, Cal, might get this Catamount club rolling. Nick Wright hoists up one of his own and buries one of his own.
Of course, that 3 could get Nick Wright going as well, who hits for 3.
Nick Wright trolling around in career best points category. He's got 14 now after that triple gave the Monarchs another 10-point advantage.
A little activity there is a couple guys coming off of screens, and Bazemore doesn't back down, and Vogel hits the deck.
An injection of spice into this 3-point contest here. Vogel back to Glass. He'll try for 2 in a row, and he'll make it.
That can happen again. These guys can shoot the basketball. Are the Catamounts, and Glass feeling it now. Hits 2 in a row.
39-32. Here's Wright. Leaving for Bazemore to Iliadis. We'd love to see him make a three. That one's not going to get down. 1 and done for Old Dominion as the Catamounts, who had a 9-rebound advantage in the first half, hoping to use the caroms to get themselves back in this contest. Here's Glass. Bokel. The workhorse. Carissimo. The floor general. 1 bounce, far side. Little layup, good. Not too difficult for Pat Berkman.
And there's Berkman. You wonder why he shoots 72%. There it is. Deep position. Nice little jump hook over the top. And that was Anton Larson down there. 7-footer, no problem with the bucket for Berkman.
Monarchs' 10-point second half advantage has been whittled down to just 5. 39-34, 12:56 to play here at the Ted Constant Convocation Center. Can the Monarchs hold on? The answer when we come back. .56 to play, 39-34. Old Dominion leads Vermont and Cal Bowdler. Monarchs had a 10-point advantage, and then a couple of quick threes from Mr. Glass.
Vermont was over, and Matt Glass steps in and hits one. And for a team that shoots so well, you have to be worried because one can ignite you, and then Matt Glass comes down and hits another one. 2 in a row. Still plenty of time in this game with 12:48 to go, so let's see what happens.
Here's Chris Cooper and his 3 fouls in the offensive end, working against Ben Krenka. Back to Breon Key. Cooper again. Reestablishes his position and goes up and gets fouled, and that'll be Krenka's 3rd personal. So the big fellas in this drama have each gathered 3 personals.
Haven't seen a whole lot of offense from Chris Cooper tonight at all, so not a bad idea to go down inside, try to get the big fella established.
At 17 and 12 rebounds against Kentucky on Sunday. He's got 2 field goals for 4 here this evening.
Josh Elbaum into the game.
Played like a man possessed in that Kentucky game.
As did most of the Monarchs. Cooper's 2nd is good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line. He's got 5 points, and the lead is 6 for Old Dominion. And this is Josh Elbaum working with Glass. And down low, Krenka with great position. They're going to call a foul. That should be number 3 on Anton Larson. Again, it's the creation of the position by Ben Krenka. Take a look at this. Here he is just sticking his hindquarters into the Dane and getting away with it.
And that's bad defensive position. Anton Larson relaxes a little bit, thinking the ball is going to be reversed, fakes and comes back, and Krenka just pins him down low.
Catamounts have used a couple of threes to get back in this contest. Here's Glass, who's hit both of them, loses his footing. Carissimo bails him out. Back outside, McGlynn. This is Elbaum. Plenty of time to shoot. 15 on the shot clock. Glass leads for McGlynn. Their leading scorer who's yet to dent the score sheet here, Cal.
We have not heard a lot from McGlynn. We had an air ball and a couple of other missed shots.
Carissimo to the block. He's running into trouble, but finds a man wonderfully, Luke Apfel.
Carissimo doesn't panic at all. Down on the baseline, double teamed, and the baseline down there, still able to find a teammate for a layup.
Sophomore to sophomore brings the Catamounts to within 4. Here's Larson. His pass to Dimitri Batten, tipped away by Carissimo, but Dimitri retrieves. Quality possessions as Jason Pimentel is off Blaine Taylor's bench. High post, this is Cooper. Breon Key, 16-footer, yes, and he's fouled. Fouled by Elbaum. Breon Key.
Tough shot there.
His first field goal.
Deadened off the back of the rim and falls in.
Little thuddish on that one, but it still counts for 2. 11:20 to play here in Norfolk. Things are getting very interesting. Old Dominion 42, Vermont 36.
Celebrating his 60th birthday here tonight with the Monarchs, Thomas Rosawa of Chesapeake. And then we'd like to be our next fresh fan of the game and win a pair of tickets, hospitality passes, and great ODU gear. Log on to ODUsports.com/basketball for a chance to win. Subway, eat fresh.
A festive crowd on Thanksgiving Eve here at the Ted Constant Convocation Center. And they're treated to a pretty good ball game. 42-36, Old Dominion leads the Catamounts of Vermont. And these Catamounts, who spent the entire summer in their state battling storms and battling back from storms, they've weathered a couple here this evening.
Well, they have. Monarchs came out and set the tone to start the second half and built a little bit of a lead. And Vermont has weathered that storm and chipped away at it, got it back to 4. Right now, it's a 6-point lead for the Monarchs with Breon Key at the line.
Breon Key, his first bucket a couple of moments ago. This is his first foul shot. It's good. He's got 3 points, and that 3-point play gives the Monarchs a 7-point advantage. Key, Bazemore, Cooper, Pimentel, and Batten for Old Dominion. Glass, Vauquel, Carissimo, McGlynn, and Apfeld for John Becker's Vermont club. This is Apfeld. Carissimo. Again, they've shown patience here tonight and found decent shot opportunities late in the shot clock. This is Vauquel. Makes right, goes left, gets to the elbow. Apfeld jump shot, baseline, good.
Good ball movement by Vermont. Swing the basketball, and then a little fake swing, and then back the other way, down inside, a little 12-footer. Apfeld knocks it down.
He's got 11 tonight. Now Bazemore. Calls for the ball in the right corner, fakes left, goes right. Brings it back to Key, who fires a 3. Vauquel, another board for Vermont.
Vermont just hanging around, and then you've got those 3-point daggers waiting to go down.
Will they fire one here? Vauquel. Here's the man who can hit him at 45%. That's for McGlynn, who wears number 4. Makes it easy on broadcasters. There he is. But he's yet to have a point. Vauquel with 9 to shoot now to Glass. This Monarch zone bogging things down. Carissimo penetrates down low to Apfeld. Jump hook, yes.
Tough shot. Apfeld. Carissimo Gets into the paint, finds Apfeld, who kind of flips it up and over with the double team.
His third field goal of the second half brings his team to within 3. Bazemore all the way with the floater that's no good, and he's called for the charge. That'll be his first personal. A little out of control right there, a little impatient. Let's have another look at this. Cal, you tell me if Bazemore was a player out of control here or if Glass had position.
Bazemore a little bit out of control, going left, not even really looking at the basket. That time just looking at the contact. Pretty easy call to make. Offensive foul going the other way. Now you got a 3-point ball game with Vermont basketball. Just a few minutes ago it was 7.
And even before that it was 10 here in the second half.
So again, Vermont hanging around, weathering all the Monarch storms. 9:39, a long time to play with a team that can shoot the basketball. Monarchs going to have to tighten up the D and take advantage of every possession on offense.
Crowd needs a little something to get them zipped up here in Norfolk as well. It's like they ate turkey tonight and sort of zoned out on the couch. This is Vokel with Bazemore in his grill. And we've got a foul on Bazemore who quickly picks up 2. That'll be the 5th team foul against Old Dominion.
You feel a little bit of a momentum slip here in favor of the Catamounts. So Monarchs going to have to try to find a way to get that momentum back.
Vokel, Carissimo, Bald, Glass, and Apfeld have gotten their team back in the hunt here. This is Bald down to Vokel. Boy, he's a lunch pail kind of guy, isn't Vokel? Carissimo takes the handoff, splits the defense, takes it to the hole, misses. Tap, no good. Glass almost off the glass, but not that time. Down low, Cooper in the paint, over Apfeld, lefty hook, no good. But he's fouled.
Great job in transition. Coop posting up deep and down low. Nick Wright with a little high-low pass, big to big. Chris Cooper, a little left-hand spinner. Just couldn't get it to go, but draws the foul on Apfeld.
Chris Cooper with 2 shots.
Cooper to the line, 1 for 2 from 15 feet with no one guarding him. That one's good. He's got 6 points now, and the lead is 4.
Imagine what an element that would add if you were guarded from the free throw line.
It might legitimize some horrible percentages. Cooper 2 for 2 from the line there. He's got 7. Came in a 52% free throw shooter. And the crowd's starting to come alive here at the Constant Center. They want to see some defense, maybe a turnover. Monarchs by 5. Vokel with Bazemore on him, and the Monarch man-to-man. Ball stops and pops. No good. Put back by Apfeld. No good, but he's pushed from behind. That might be number 4 on Chris Cooper.
And Vermont continues to pound the glass. Monarchs cannot keep them off the glass.
4th on Cooper. Again, watch just the abandon with which Apfeld goes to the hole there. Not the first time, but the second time as well. You've got Vokel crashing as well.
And Bald comes off the handoff and takes a nice little wide open 15-footer and misses it. Apfeld all over the glass. Vokel all over the glass. Apfeld getting the tips. Don't go down, but gets fouled with all kinds of inside position. Ends up on the line shooting 2.
I believe the drama is just beginning, Cat. 45-41 Old Dominion. 1 foul shot coming for Luke Apfeld. Average is 9.5. Now he's got 15.
With 8:32 to play in a 3-point ball game, there is a load of drama and a full court press.
Breon Key, Dimitri Batten, freshman, and a redshirt freshman. This is Bazemore, the redshirt senior, in the paint, the floater, short. Crank at the rebound. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Nick Wright. And again, Cranka had the position.
Might have called that on Bazemore.
Wright or Bazemore. Oh, his third. 3 quick fouls. Let's take another look.
Bazemore
the floater.
Puts up the floater, leaves it short.
Yeah.
It could have been either way. It could have been Nick Wright slapping him from the front, or it could have been Bazemore from behind. I don't know.
Blaine Taylor decides to call a 30-second timeout as he sees things slipping a little bit out of control here with 8:21 to play. Monarchs led by as many as 12 in the second half. Now that lead is 3 at 45-42. And the Luke Apfeld has really helped his Catamounts get back in this thing with 15 points.
They call that foul on Bazemore from behind for sure. That's his 4th personal.
They will bring him out of the ball game, and John Becker, in his first year as head coach of the Catamounts, really has to be pleased with his way his team has come back.
Well, again, down 3 with 8 minutes to go. Your team is a team that shoots 40% from 3 and well over 40% from the field. And you're only down 3 with 8 minutes. He feels very good right now.
Well, I've got Bazemore for 3 fouls. We'll double check on that one. 3 or 4, he's sitting on the Monarch bench, and Ben Krenk is going to go to the line for the first time tonight. He's 78% foul shooter this year. Monarchs already over the limits with 8:21 to play. Here's Krenk. He'll get the second one. It's a 2-point game. It's both of the foul shots. Ben Krenke has 8 points.
Number 34, Matt Glass into the game.
He'll head out of the ball game in favor of Matt Glass, and 4 McGlynn's in the contest, along with Brendan Bald and Luke Apfel. Monarchs go with Delancey, Batten, Wright, Iliadis, and Pimentel. Where will the points come from this quintet? Nick Wright's had a nice night. He turns on Apfel. Here's Iliadis. Down to Pimentel. And a foul will be called against Vermont.
Pimentel strong down there. Nice low base. Forcing Glass to foul him from behind.
Glass has picked up his 3rd personal foul. No shots yet for Old Dominion, so Delancey will trigger the play. Working the perimeter, looking for Pimentel on the block. Kicks it outside. Wide open 3 for Delancey. That one's no good. Long rebound, chased down by 4 McGlynn. Wait for him to get heated up. He's their leading scorer, and he's scored nothing tonight.
Freshman averaging nearly 14 points a game off the bench. Hasn't sniffed a point yet.
A 3 will give Vermont their first lead in many a moon. Vaquel now goes foul line to Glass, who turns and fires for the tie. It's in. Matt Glass with 10 points, 8 after halftime. And it's 46-45, excuse me. It's the lead for UVM.
Soft touch, Matt Glass flashing into the high post area, into that zone, turning without a defender in his face, and rising over the top and getting a soft little roll.
And in these types of situations, when you're on the road and you've been down double digits and you've come back, look at this. It's their first lead since 4-2.